Hey Postables, you're listening to Deliver Me a Podcast, brought to you by Casey, Jess, and Cammie.
A special thanks to James Jandrish for letting us use the music on our show.
Now, sit back, relax, grab a Yoo-hoo and a stamp collection, and here we go. Welcome, Hallmarkies and Postables. I am Cammie Clements, your host for today. You all know my lovely co-host, Casey Simpson.
Hello, friends. So excited.
And we have a very, very fun and very special treat for you today. We have Ramon Rodriguez himself, Zach Santiago. Hey, Zach.
How's it going, ladies? Cammie and Casey. I haven't seen you guys since we were in the beautiful terrains of southern Florida not too long ago. So it's lovely to see your gorgeous smiles again.
We wore our shirts.
Yes,
for the
we wore our
occasion.
shirts.
Let's do that. Let's do that. That was fun.
Figure out a good backdrop, so I just pulled up this guy.
Yeah, that I think that suits. I think it kind of suits.
Your doppelganger.
I recognize that fellow.
I think he said his name was Steve, right, Casey?
I think so.
I think he said his name was Steve.
No, I know that guy. It's Jack Santiago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard about him. Yeah, he's an illusionist, I think, like a juggler, and also and he's a dog walker. So when he's not performing, then he walks lots of the neighborhood dogs. I've seen him with about 20 dash hounds at one time. It was loud, but it looked like he was having fun.
Impressive.
Impressive. I think he also goes to Milwaukee for his hair.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Very good hair.
He has excellent hair. Yeah. I go all the way to Milwaukee as well to see Stefan, who cuts both of our hair.
Oh,
there.
Fantastic.
So you probably have seen each other in the shop.
No, Stefan refuses to see us at the same time.
Oh.
Because he gets confused and he just wants to. It's a love-hate relationship. Apparently, he hates Jack. He loves me. I mean, obviously.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Right. So
I agree completely.
He needs full focus on the king of the hounds when Jack is there. So we can't go at the same time. And trust me, I plan it carefully because it's a long way to go for hair.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it is.
I mean, but it's well worth it. I mean, your hair is just fabulous.
Oh, completely.
Yes.
Well, the sad thing, Casey didn't get a picture with Jack. I got a picture with Jack.
What?
I didn't get a picture with Jack.
I never did.
I wonder if my lovely assistant Julia has one on her phone, or I wonder if I even have one. We must have had a picture together.
I could have sworn we had a picture. Like
she was asking me. She said, "Where? I don't know."
And then I asked all the Postables. I was like, "Can y'all check your phones for a picture of me and Zach?" But I do have this with my yellow folder.
Lovely, good. Oh, that's nice.
But
that's no Jack Santiago. That's got to be Zach on that picture.
That's the Zach. That's the real deal right there.
The real deal.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We can make a sign like we had for brother Jeff, and you could take a picture with my face beside it on the popsicle stick.
Casey's really good at making those.
Yeah, that's another story for another day. But yes, next time we'll have to take 2 pictures. I mean,
make up for it.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
So let's talk about you for a second, or a lot of seconds rather. You have been busy. You've been on our screens a lot.
Yeah, well, very grateful if that's the case.
Yeah.
And I try to stay busy if I'm allowed to. And I'm always up to something, but sometimes it's film and TV stuff. And then sometimes it seems like a bunch of that might be released or show up around the same time. So, but yeah, it's been a lovely run, and I'm very grateful for any opportunity to create stuff with fun people.
Yeah, let's talk about Virgin River for a second. Go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, I mean, that came out shortly after our meeting at Rama Drama, but everybody was so excited to discover you were going to be in it, and you play the therapist Barry Martinez, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr.
Okay.
And
Barry.
your headshot photo is the shot that they used for the internet shot when they're scrolling through the information about you. I said, I know
Really?
that picture.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Barry, I really like Barry because well, he works in healthcare, mental health. He's a psychologist, he's the therapist, a counselor for Martin's character. And so I can kind of relate to that. I do a little bit of sort of in my ministry, I do a little bit of counseling work, and it's important to me. And so it's fun to play a character where, especially in such an amazing show like Virgin River with so many threads and so many incredible actors and all these worlds and a lot at stake. Like then you get into this little cocoon where this man is like able to be intimate, speaking to a counselor about things that would be hard to extrapolate any of that narrative in other ways. So it's an interesting kind of like little sphere in a show of such vibrancy. So it's been fun to play him. And man, I mean, it's a great team of people to come on board with. Like the cast are so just genuine, and the crew are so great. And so yeah, I was really grateful. And I hear season 5 is filming now, and you know, not like I would know anything, but next year when we watch, I'm curious if Barry Martinez makes another appearance. I guess we'll wait for when that season airs.
Okay.
That would be cool. I would.
Alice in Wonderland, curiouser and curiouser.
Exactly. But yeah, Virgin River, great show. Barry Martinez. I like the character a lot.
Yeah, you seem to fall right into it. You know, you're very soothing as his character. And I'm like, yeah, I can use a therapist like this. Yeah.
I loved watching you on screen, just the way that you were so sedate and so calm, and just your posture. Yeah, I'm staying here. You're not getting away from me. And no matter how much you try to tell me I don't know what you're feeling, I do, because I've been there. You know, it's like, man. So
that's great.
Great
that
job
reads.
on the aura, my friend.
Thank you.
Indeed.
You. Very different challenge, because I can be a bit of a actor, like expressive guy. So it's a challenge in its own way than playing someone like Ramon, who we love so much, who gets to be so much more sort of
out there.
And embracing his flamboyance and his joie de vivre, right? So it's another challenge to sort of dial it in and just put everything right there and see the little bit of clockwork just kind of working in there. So it's fun for an actor.
How talented you are.
I don't know. People, really good writers, write great things, and I sit across from a great actor, and they kind of do the work for me. So
I've heard a lot of the way that Martin acts from other projects. Years ago, I loved him in Bride and Prejudice. And so I watched a lot of stuff on what his method was in Bride and Prejudice, and then watching him on Virgin River. And so it's like, and Flyboys was another one of my favorites with him. And so I was just like, man, I wonder what that was like for Zach sitting across from him. So.
He's so cool. He's just really, really cool, really genuine,
great.
Really thoughtful, really present, cares about the work, cares about the character. We have a fun kind of a fun friendship because we really bonded on a couple of things, and we've had some, you know, we haven't done tons of work together like so many of the other cast who've really been working on many episodes for years together. I just parachute in for like these fun, a couple of little snippets, but within that time, well, within that time, I've had a chance to really see his sincerity and just generosity. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, do we want to talk about this weekend's movie, Cammie?
I think we better, because that's the reason we brought him on here. we have got Zach Santiago in a Hallmark movie. There's just one problem. He's playing the other man. Everyone's going to be so heartbroken to watch Zach Santiago have his heart crushed. I don't know how I'm going to handle it.
But wait, is that a spoiler or is that already known?
Oh, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. I mean, there could be a plot twist.
There could be. You
a
never
plot
know.
twist.
But I think
I'm going with the first idea.
it might be. It might be. Might be something that people might have already formulated,
Mhm.
and maybe they're right. But maybe they're not. We got to watch it. We got to watch to find out.
Watch it.
That's true. Well, I will
But-
say, in the first scenario, the first possible scenario that you play the other man, I have to say I don't watch the shows live just because of time, and so usually I don't see a lot of the commercials. So Cammie was the one that mentioned, "Oh, Zach's gonna be in Merry-Go-Round," and I was like, "What?" So I looked it up, and then I saw you, and I was like, "Oh shoot! I hope he plays a really bad like villain in this movie because it's gonna
A
be
really
so hard."
unlikable character.
Mhm.
It's gonna be so hard to not root for you.
Well, I don't want to give anything away because we need
course.
everyone, all our friends and our fans and our postables, and our families to watch the show. But
Everyone, all the postables are tuning in. You know that, right?
Yes.
cool, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. But yeah, the characters again, very different from Barry Martinez, very different. Well, everyone's different from Ramon. Let's face it.
Everyone.
This is true.
Everyone's different from Ramon. But yeah, it was fun playing this. And again, I always want to give props to my director, and to my castmates, because if those things are in place, then as for a performer, you kind of are guided or stewarded through. They're coming with a greater vision than we can have. We read the script and we try to think, okay, this is this character. I think I get it. I think I understand it. And here's how I want to interpret him or her, for a female actor. And but then you come with that idea, and the director is going to be, all right, this yes to this and no to this, or oh, I never thought of that, and yeah, that can work. But then we needed to fit this sort of. This is how I see the whole thing. And then you're like, okay, thank you for sharing that. You are a storyteller, and I'm happy to be, one of the pens you're using. And the director, we had a great director on this. And then working with our two leads, again, stellar people. One, a fellow dancer, Amanda Scho. She was a ballet dancer her whole life. And as some people know, I danced ballet for many years. It occupies a big place in my heart still.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
How did I not know that?
Yeah.
Wow,
I love.
learn something new every day.
I'm a ballet nerd. I love it.
Nice.
First started with my older sister when we were young, and then I took a break from it and did some Ukrainian dancing, and then got out of dance and boxed for so many years. And then
I remember the boxing.
Yeah, and then I came back to dance with a bit of a vengeance, and I studied in Madrid for a few years, and
that's why you have such a great dip, because you studied in Madrid.
Yeah, well, but I was studying flamenco and ballet, and there's partnering, pas de deux stuff, so there are dips and lifts and things, but the dip is something that's more of a tango based thing. So I don't know where that came from. Again, it was a great partner. Jeff's a great dance partner. So, but yeah, so Amanda's an incredible artist. She's I always find people that come from like a dance or theater background where they're all just being so present on a stage live in front of people, and or opera singers or any live musician. They always bring a really nice nuance or color to their screen acting, and she really does. Like everyone can see she's an incredible actor. But anyways, dance background and a sweetheart. Again, such a beautiful person to work with. Next, I got to talk about Brandon Elliott.
I just want to know, how many pranks did the two of you pull on the other cast members on set?
Oh, I didn't do any. So he may have. I don't know. He may have, but not on me that I know. I don't know how pranky the set was. I swear. I don't know. It might have been super pranky, but I managed to avoid a lot of them. But Brendan and I worked together first on a really powerful film, very different from this one. Years ago, it was an Emmy
Like
Award winning
93.
film. That's right. That's right. And
I saw it.
Oh,
wow, man, that was like what an
mhm,
experience as an actor, because it was the first filmed story after 9/11, and it
mhm,
was still really, really fresh.
Yeah.
And so people were very committed to make sure they don't mess it up and try to do honor as much as they could to memories of people and to the occasion.
mhm,
And so the stakes were there. People were like, you could feel the vibration of
mhm,
everybody, not just the actors, but everyone on set. It was really powerful. It was really, I'll never forget it. And
mhm.
his performance is riveting. And we played like polar opposite
Yes.
people on
Yeah.
this show. And when you go through fire in a sense like that as a performer, then you're sort of got this bond or trust seared into you after that.
Mhm,
It's like we were like traveling across the wilderness, in a blizzard with like no food for like thinking we're gonna die forever. And then when you finally survive, that person or those people that you've been through that, I don't want to say it was harrowing filming this, but you've been through this transcendent kind of experience together.
Yeah.
mhm,
There's a bonding that's forever there. So, when we see each other and to work with him on this, it's just like I I can trust you,
mm,
with anything because we've been to the depths with each other. So, and luckily, we're working on something that is so much more inspirational in this
mhm.
Hallmark film, in Merry Go
Yes.
Round. It's a story about love, and it's not that things like heartache don't exist, or there's not like real emotional stakes involved,
Sure.
um, but the goal, as we know of some of these gorgeous films, is to leave the viewer with something, an essence of hope, or
Mhm,
something uplifting, or an idea that what, we're all the same, or what, if I just hold on, I can make it through. Or sometimes choices are difficult, but meditate or pray on them, or really think about them, or look in your hearts, or listen to
mhm,
your soul, and you'll do all right. So we're in a project that's very different, and so there's more positivity and joy involved
mhm.
overall in the project. So it was nice to be involved with him in something like this. And one thing that hasn't changed is that he's a dynamite guy and a
Yeah.
really caring actor. So again, to come aboard with cast and a director and these great producers and on a network like this, it's just like, come on, man, this is my
Yeah.
job. This is like, no, this is my joy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't. Oh, yes. Don't I
We
know it?
Mhm.
Do you
well,
share any scenes? Do you and Brennan have any scenes together?
Absolutely.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
oh,
You're
okay.
gonna have to watch for him because
That'll be
sometimes they do,
yeah.
sometimes they don't.
Yeah,
So,
Mhm.
no, I'm not saying it's just like our characters are riding around on a tractor together for the bulk of the movie, but there's definitely some screen time. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That
awesome.
I
is
would say
exciting.
the story. I mean, it's a small cast. It's quite a
Mhm,
small cast for this overall, but the story really circles around those two,
mhm,
um,
Mhm.
and uh, and it's quite a dance of who they are in relation to each other, the characters throughout the
mhm.
film.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Yeah.
and then my character is sort of, he's along for the ride, and again will come at times, and they're meaningful times because the relationship's important,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And then what these two men mean to each other, it's a triangle, right? It's a
Mhm,
love triangle going on here. So
Yeah.
so necessarily when those two men are in a scene or in space together, there's so much there
mhm,
that is unspoken, and some that is spoken. And
mhm.
it's like, what kind of men are these, and how are they going to react,
Yeah.
and what do they know or not know, and how much does their love for this woman, I mean,
Mhm,
what is it? And
mhm.
and then who are they to her at this point in her life, each of them individually.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the dance that's going on here, and it's a timeless thing, isn't it, ladies? Like that's sort of like that love triangle that you can never sort of get bored with it, because it
We
happens
never
all the
see
time.
love triangles ever, right?
Never.
No.
Never.
But this one's a good one. This one's a
Yeah.
good one. And yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
Well, I hope that everything turns out okay for Edward in the end.
Me too. And I'm not going to say whether he's a nice guy or not, because again, no spoilers.
Right, of
No,
course.
we gotta find out. We gotta find out for ourselves.
You got to find out for yourself. But I'll be unbiased because he's my character, so you have to love your character no matter who he is. So
Of course.
So maybe he's a scallywag, but I hope everything works out for him too. But find out on Saturday, won't you?
Yes.
Yes,
So
indeed.
tune in, Postables, to Merry Ground, Saturday, September 10th at 8/7 Central.
Only on
Hallmark
Channel.
That's right.
And
Beloved Hallmark.
will you be tweeting? Will you be able to tweet that night?
I will be wickety wick wick what will be that's my DJ joke. I'll be playing some music for the kids that night. And I got some other stuff going on. If I can live tweet, I will. Or I might just be, playing some Bieber and dropping a tweet and being like, how are you guys liking it? You know what I mean?
Go
Well,
in between sets.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to follow the thread and to follow with you guys, and I'm excited to watch the film. I've done what we call ADR, which is if you have to do some sort of additional recording, because there was like a truck moving on the day when you were doing the scene or something like that. So I've been able to see a couple of the scenes. Looks beautiful. So I can't wait to watch the whole thing. Yeah.
Yay. So excited.
I know the carousel looks really, really pretty. I can't wait to see the carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's finish up with having a little bit of fun. We just have some random fun questions that we can't wait to hear these answers. So, number one, what was your biggest scare as a teenager?
Oh man. Biggest scare, teenager. I think I think it was like just the unanswerable question of like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like looking out at the sort of the metaphoric like future or my life or the beyond this adolescence or these high school, like when this kind of like
pretty frightening.
Yeah, they've given me like, okay, you do this grade and then this grade and then you graduate, and then I was like, oh, what should I do? Who wants me to do? God, what am I gonna do? Mom, Dad, like, no, I don't trust you guys. God, what should I do? So I think my biggest scare was like not knowing where my path was going.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a great answer. I can definitely relate to that. I remember my senior year, my father was like, all right, you got to figure out your major. He booked out the college like catalog, and he's like, all right, business, marketing, management, nursing. I'm like, no. And then at the same time, yes, Lord, please let me know. So yeah, that
give me a sign.
Right. That's a great answer. All right. The second question is, would you rather have more time or more money?
I bet I know the answer, but I want to hear it.
Yeah, time, because if there's people who need something, I'll have more time to earn it, or to spend the time on them, or I'll have more time to make some money to help somebody, or to buy myself a sandwich or some a pair of Jack Sandiego's glasses.
Oh.
I I never did get those because I left before the end party, so I didn't get them dropped next to me the way somebody said they would.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to send him the memo.
Send him the memo.
Yes.
Good idea.
Or I'll lurk outside of Stefan's shop with a shovel, and when Jack's leaving, I'll give him a crack. I'll get him for you.
There you go.
I got you, Cammy. I got you.
You got me. All right. What was your dream job as a child?
I think just because I didn't know anything about anything, I thought my dream job would be like cowboy, fireman, soldier,
Yeah.
postman, like mailman.
Did you just say postman?
Yeah. Because and of course I come to be on the show with all these lovely postables, but yeah, because I'd see a mailman and it'd be like, oh, there's a man doing something. I never wanted to be a teacher though when I was a really young kid. I don't know why. That was never something like, oh, I want to be like having to co-parent a whole bunch of brats like me all for my living. And yet I come from a family of teachers, so go figure.
That's fun.
Wow. You come from a family of teachers. That's interesting. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, my grandma, my mom, my aunt, my little sister. Yeah, teachers.
Yeah.
I love finding all this information out about you. It's great.
Yeah. It's so funny. I think as a kid, it's like there's like some kind of reverse psychology when you have so many of one profession in one family. Because that was me, my mom, my dad, they're both nurses, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins.
Casey did not become a nurse.
I work in communications. The furthest thing from nursing. But yeah, that's interesting that you didn't want to become a teacher despite everybody else being a teacher.
Yeah, well, I it's not that I even had a thought about it. But when I was like, the things I wanted to be were because I would see them. I would play with those toys and things, or I would see fire trucks, or I'd see a postman. But I never thought about a teacher one way or the other. I just but I'm thinking of professions that I would see around me that would sort of be like, oh, when I'm a real person, I might do that. Yeah, because my dad worked for the Canadian government, and so he was away on trips all the time, and I wasn't really sure what he did, but it was sort of like just like briefcase and like going away. So I was like, that's not like I want to have a briefcase and
I want to look important.
Disappear.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I guess it's because my mom was such a great nurturer with all us kids, and she'd been a teacher, and so it was something like, oh, but that's what other people are doing for me or to me. I don't know why I never thought of being a teacher, but since that time I've coached boxing a lot, and I was a swimming instructor, and
so you have become a teacher.
Yeah,
I have in a way. Yeah, and I've coached acting. So I do like passing it forward, just helping, nurturing. I think it's a pretty powerful, wonderful gift if you can give. That's the greatest gift you can give to someone else, is like their hope or their health or their education. Give them that tool. That's something. So I have utmost respect for teachers, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Casey, final one.
Final question. If you can be any fictional character, who would it be and why?
You guys. I'm going to show you.
Oh, we get props.
For all those of you who have not read Miguel de Cervantes, Don Quixote de la Mancha.
Oh.
And you don't have to read it in Spanish, but if you read this book, you might see yourself in some of the characters. And this book definitely what I consider one of the greatest books. Yeah. So who the hero is is not what you'd expect from a typical heroic
Mhm.
template. But yeah, I can see myself in that old coupe sometimes when
Mhm.
I read this book.
Okay. I have not read that since maybe high school, middle school. So now I feel like I need to go hunt it down from the library and take a little look see, maybe a little Postables reading book club.
Yeah,
Mm.
you're not going to be maybe like I wish I was him, but you're gonna try to like learn the lessons
Yes.
of someone's path, right?
Mhm.
So I think
I'm a huge fan of the musical, so the
okay, I have to
I haven't read the book, so I need to do that.
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
And there's a Dulcinea, there's a beautiful princess in there that you both can
Mhm.
relate to. So
Well, you're so sweet.
I'm starting to blush again. All right, well, guys, you know what to do. Tune in to watch Zach Santiago in Merry-Go-Round at 8/7 Central, and we will see you then. Bye,
looking forward to it.
guys.
Thanks. Bye.